One thing we have to be very careful about, and by the way, I'm guilty of this too, is the technical terms version and edition in Windows. Now, I've called up here the Wikipedia article on list of Microsoft Windows versions. And as we go down here, you'll see that the versions are 1, 3, so on, 98, XP. As we get down here into the later ones, we've got 7, 8, 8.1, 10, and 11. Now, when we're talking about editions, we're talking about different price points within those versions. If you look up here, you'll see that editions is listed as one of those columns, and here you'll see in Windows 10 we've got various editions: Home, Pro, Education, Enterprise, and so on. In Windows 11 we also have very similar breakdown: Home, Pro, Pro for workstations, Pro Education, Education, Enterprise, SE. So these are the editions. So be careful with the difference between the term version, these numbered ones, and then editions, which are these named things over here. Now, when we use the term upgrade, by the way, these are often used rather loosely. By upgrade, I might be talking about going from, say, Windows 10 to Windows 11 or Windows 8 to Windows 10. I might also be talking about going from Windows Home or Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. Either one would be considered an upgrade, and so we have to be careful to specify what we mean when we talk about upgrading a Windows. One other thing I want to talk about is this difficult area between the terms upgrade and update. Typically, update means that security patches, different patches are applied to the version of Windows that you have. However, starting with Windows 10, we have this thing called Windows as a Service, and an update may also include an upgrade. Different versions of Windows 10, you'll see down here these 1709, 1803, and so on, until we began renaming them, 2004, and then we began using these H's, 20H2, 21H2, H1, 21H2, and so on. These are upgrades when we go from one of these to another. Updates don't move from one of these to another, they just add patches. These are often misused, so you have to be a little bit tolerant of that, because different people use them a little bit loosely. And as I said earlier, I tend to be a little bit sloppy about that sometimes myself. But just so that you know, upgrades and updates aren't quite the same thing either.